TikTok's ByteDance launches Seedream 4.0 to challenge Google DeepMind. ByteDance unveils new AI image model to rival Google DeepMind's Nano Banana. ByteDance unveils faster Seedream 4.0 for image generation and editing. Yeah, now you see all of these headlines everywhere, including all over social media. Every time a new AI image model comes out, they always say that it's bigger and better than the incumbents. But is that really true? Today, we're going to find out in a testing environment that I set up. And I've already done this with ChatGPT versus Nano Banana. And if you want to check out that video, you'll find it on the channel where you can see side by side 3 different tests for these tools. And today we're going to be doing the same thing with ByteDance Seedream. So I have this testing ground here, and it's been built inside of Airtable, and it has just 3 simple interfaces that we can use. We're going to add in the image model here. We're going to run through 3 different prompts. I'm going to show you these prompts in a second. And then it's going to generate an output. And as you can see here, this top row is Nano Banana. This second row is GPT Image-1. And I would say that both of them have their different qualities in terms of what they're good for. I believe that Nano Banana absolutely got the burger way better. However, I believe that ChatGPT Image-1 got the news announcement and the ecom avatar way better. I'm going to show you how and why all of those things were better in this video today. But first, let's integrate this model. So these prompts are running through a simple automation. It's built inside of NAN. We pull in the information from Airtable. It runs through a aggregator tool called fal.ai. We're using this one here, and we're going to be integrating fal ByteDance Seedream v4 edit. Now, all of these prompts here that I've created are based on real life jobs that we've done for real customers. Now, the most important part about testing any AI tool at any time is to make sure that it's relevant for real use cases in business. Otherwise, what's the point? So everything that we've built here today is based on real jobs that we've done for clients over the last 6 months. And we're taking the same premise of what we built those client projects for and then using them inside of these prompts so we can actually compare them in real life use cases for real life businesses making real money. Our first step is, because of the way that we've built this, we just need to add in our new AI image model into the interface. So we don't have to build a new automation anytime we have a new image model. We can just come in, we can grab this ID here, paste that in. So we can see what we're going to do is we're going to feed this entire string into the fal API, and it's going to use that model even though we've not set it up inside of the automation itself. So that's the benefit of building these types of systems, is that we can build them to be relevant for so many different models at a time. And then anytime we add a new model, then we can just come in and add them in this form here. We actually don't need a brand, so I'm not going to worry about that. We can get our cost per image from here. So here it's 0.03 cents for generating an image with ByteDance, which is pretty decent. And it's an image to image model. So we're just going to create that, and this will drop into our interface here. So you can see side by side of how much it actually costs. And looking at all of the others, I mean, we did test Flux SRPO, and that one is cheaper. However, the results from that one were absolutely terrible. It's the worst model that I've tested so far. So we're not even going to look at that, but 0.03 for generating an image is going to be interesting. Next, we come into the prompts. So we're not changing the prompts. Every test is going to be exactly the same. And the first one that we have here is for an ecom avatar. And this is based on a real life example we did for a client. They don't want the product image inside of the final image generated by AI, but they want the AI avatar to showcase that they've used this image. So this is like a product that goes around the eyes for women. No, sorry, I don't know makeup very well, but anyway, it's a product that goes around the eyes. We want to generate a 30-year-old Eastern European woman who has essentially used this product around her eyes and enhancing the eyes and giving off a glowing complexion. So that's what these images are down here. And before we hit generate image, we just need to change this AI model now to our newest one. So we're using ByteDance, and then we're just going to hit generate image, and that's going to run off in the background and start generating that image for us. Now, before I forget to change the images, let me just switch these ones over here. And now we have our image models set up for each of these. Now, the next one here is a product enhancer. So this one, we're essentially taking this burger and we want to give it a dramatic floating effect, and we want to deconstruct it in midair. So that's like the main part of the prompt, is deconstruct it in midair, floating for a dramatic effect. And then we want a bit of a smoky backdrop. So we're just going to hit generate image. That one's going to run off and start generating as well. And then the final one here is for a news announcement. So you might see a lot of these, especially in the AI space, all over to Instagram, where you have the headline down the bottom, we have a bit of an image in the backdrop, and then the description will contain the article announcement. So we've just made up an article announcement here, and we're asking it to generate this headline on the image itself and generate an image background that is relevant to the article. So we're just going to hit generate image on this one. And the reason why we are using image to image models only is because I believe this is the most effective way in order to use these models. The whole point of business is finding things that work and then repeating them consistently over and over again in order to generate traction and build a following, especially when it comes to marketing and content. So a lot of businesses that we worked with, they're generally 7, 8 figure businesses. They have their proven systems already. So we don't want to be generating something completely new. We want to take their existing creatives that they have and use them as a starting point for the AI to then generate the creative or the output on the other end. So that's why we always just focus predominantly on image to image models, is because we give it some sort of structure or some sort of example to aim towards, but then change the context of that prompt. So let's have a look at the results now. Now, in order to find these results, then we simply just come into our AI output and we can check now the very final results here. So let's work from top to bottom again, based on the prompts that we went through. So this one is the beauty product being used around the eyes. So you can see that it's definitely done that. I would say this looks fairly real. In fact, this one looks, it looks quite different to this, or this one down here. But in many ways, it actually looks a lot more real. So the skin texture looks a lot more real than if I was to open up this one. So you can see down here, the skin texture looks very plastic, very fake. Like there's no wrinkles. It's actually perfect skin. This one down here was actually a little bit better. So you can see that there's actually some wrinkles around the eyes, but not so much anywhere else. Down here is also like perfect skin, almost too perfect. Whereas this, it actually looks a little bit more real, even though there's something about it that looks a little bit scary for some reason. But it does look more real. It's like, it's not perfectly symmetrical either. So you can see that, there's very few humans out there that have perfect symmetry. So maybe that's another reason. But overall, I think that's probably one of the better ones that we've got. So I'm actually going to give that a higher rating, give that a 9. So when it comes to using real life faces, then based on this test, I would say that it is done well. However, if we look at the burger, I don't know what's happened here. Somebody's forgot about the lettuce with the sauce on it and added it down here. So the burger has definitely failed. Like there's no way you could ever use this in a product demo. This shadowy thing going on down here is not at all real. The smoke in the back looks okay. We've got just like a random piece flying out here. So that's pretty bad response to the prompt and not at all usable. So like, it's not the worst that I've seen, and it's actually given it a go. So I can't give it a 1 or a 2, but we're going to give it a 3. Now for this version here. So this is the product style images. So this is the news announcement style image, and it's not too bad. It's at least got the text correct in terms of how we were asking it to generate. It's also changed the styles of the text and also the font sizes. So I do like that. Whereas, if we come back down to this Nano Banana version, it didn't really get the text right. It was all very small. It added in a couple of colons here in the row, which I specifically say don't add that in. The colors were getting a little bit messed up. ChatGPT definitely got it way better. So again, I like how ChatGPT have the different sizes, the different styles for the image, and like highlighting the main part of it. So ChatGPT were really great at generating this. But this is not too bad. Obviously, there's changed the dimensions, so we'd have to maybe work on the API to keep the dimensions correctly. But the style overall is quite good if you like this style. So it's very like realistic style, like sculpture style, I guess you could say. But it doesn't look too bad. It's at least got the text correct, which is a pretty big deal. So I'm not going to say that it's better than this style. Like this looks way better, but it's definitely worth like a 7 out of 10. In some ways, the hype of these articles are kind of correct. And I definitely believe that you could play around with the API and the settings a lot and maybe work on these. And of course, you can change the prompts. It is actually fairly common that you need to prompt differently for each different model, and in some cases. But having that starting point like this, there's probably the space to work from. However, the question that I always have is this model going to generate the quality of ChatGPT in like 4 or 5 goes? If I was a betting man, I'd be very hesitant to back those odds. Even though this Seedream is actually, a quarter of the price, you'd probably end up spending more because you have to generate over and over and over again. So overall, I would say that ChatGPT Image-1 is still the better model. Like these three here definitely look way better than these three. It's definitely on par with Nano Banana though. I think the competition to Nano Banana is real, but ChatGPT, in my opinion, is still the best model that is out there. So that is a test for Seedream versus ChatGPT, Image-1, and Nano Banana. So if there is another model that you want me to test, comment down below and we'll make sure we do that next. See you in the next video.